No, probably not. Jerome, I'm going to make you the host. Jerome, I'm going to make you the host, but allow me to.
I will do. I'll take care of it, Sheila.
Okay,
Yep.
thanks. Jerome. Okay. All right. We made Jerome the host. Okay. Jerome's going to handle it all for me. All right. So it's not going to bring you business all the time, but it is going to bring you some business. It has allowed me to close 2 deals this past year. So, and it's free. So I'll take anything that I can do for free and not have to pay anything, and it'll bring me business. Also too is, you know, everybody Googles everything. So I always, from the time that I started doing real estate, I knew that Google was the place that I needed to make sure I had a presence of. So always make sure, yeah, free is my 4-letter word. So make sure that you have a Google presence by doing a Google My Business page. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I'm going to show you how to make sure that you rank for a certain keyword that most people will tend to look for when they're doing a search in Google for a real estate agent. I'm also going to share with you some things that you should do now to help your presence. It will help your SEO as well. And then I will have Beth share a little bit about what she does to help her presence, which will just, you know, add another layer to your SEO. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen, and this is much better. I love, you know, the world, the XP world, but I so much more love Zoom because everybody can see my face. I can see your face. And you can see my screen. So there we go. All right. So the first thing that you're going to do to get your Google My Business up, which, like I said, everybody should have, the place you're going to go to find it is you're going to come to Chrome. You're going to go to Chrome. And yes, I know I have a lot of tabs open. It's my little thing. ADHD I have. But in the top right corner is a sandwich bar. Or a number pad, a number pad. And when you click on that number pad, you can get to all of Google's features, okay? And one of their features is Google My Business. So it looks like this, and if you cannot see it, it doesn't show up in your list here, you can always click on more for Google Workplace, but it should show up here. So that's what I did, and that's how I got to this page. All right, any questions there? Shouldn't be any questions. All right. So the next thing that you should do when you're setting up your Google My Business is to come into info here. Hopefully it doesn't crash. And set up your title. Okay. Now this is the key piece that I changed on mine that allowed me to get a couple of people that I listed their home. Okay. And this business name, I made sure that I put my brokerage, eXp Realty, my name, Sheila Cahoon. I'm a realtor. Okay. And mind you, each one of these things are keywords. Okay. But this is the secret sauce right here. This last part right here. Best local Macomb County real estate agent. Okay. So when you are looking, when you are thinking about changing the name, you can say best city or best county or best area. Okay. So make sure you change your name or add into your business name that crucial part at the end. And you could say top local Macomb County or best think about the keywords that people are going to type in a Google search bar, and that's how you will rank. Okay, so if I were to go to incognito, okay, because that's how I want to always go to incognito, because this is, if I don't, then it's always going to bring up the same search. Okay, so if I go to incognito and I type in best, best, I think it's best Macomb County Realtor. Okay, we'll talk about Google Screened in a minute, but I'm the first one that ranks. Okay, I didn't put my name in. There's nothing here about my name. All I did was put best Macomb County Realtor. Now, if I change this to be best Clinton Township Realtor, okay, and somebody typed in, you know, best Clinton Township Realtor, then I would rank. Okay, it's just about that keyword. Any questions? You can unmute if you have a question.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is there a preference between best and top?
No, if you look here, this agent put top agent.
Okay, got it.
Sheila, could you demonstrate really quickly? Could you put top and see what comes up? So replace best with top and see if your name comes up.
Yeah, I can do that. There may be an issue though that Google may need to like review it or something like that.
No, not that. Just where you were, just that query.
Where I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little slow today.
Because
Okay.
they mean the same thing, and it's like Google is a weird algorithm. However, like it might change. It may or it may not. It's a computer algorithm that may not have figured that out yet, but we can check really quickly based on
Right.
her question. Like, let's see what comes up. Okay. She's still there, so you're still up top, but
Well,
you're
this
not.
is Google. This is Google Screened, which is a little bit different, and I'm going to
Okay.
talk about that. But you notice I don't show up here. I don't show up. But you know who shows up at the top? Top Macomb County top agent right here. He's got the
Yeah.
word top in there.
And at least you do still show up. You're number
I do.
4. So,
I do.
Yeah.
So again, it's focusing on those keywords. Everything about Google and YouTube is about keywords. I don't care what anybody says. It is about keywords. That's what's going to get you found in Google is your keywords. Any questions?
No, I just want to add clarity though. Like top and best are interchangeable, but you want to focus on one. So you're going to pick either top or best, and you stick to that.
Correct. You don't want to change. You don't want to put this in here and then change it in a week. Okay. Keep it in here. It will change. It will get you noticed on Google. It will. I guarantee it. Okay.
And we have more than one Google My Business profile because I do Kentucky and Indiana. I do residential and commercial.
Do you have two different Google accounts?
I can.
I would suggest you having 2 different Google accounts to do that. Okay. I think that would be the link with it. But I can't guarantee that. I would try it out though. I would try it out with 2 different, you know what? Would you have to just try it out? Create 2 different ones and see what happens. Okay.
I would recommend that because your commercial clients may or may not do residential, but your residential people are certainly not going to do your commercial most likely. So as long as you have a different email and a different account, I would say it's safer to not mix. What do you think, Sheila?
I think that you can come in here. Yeah, you're going to have to create 2 different Google My Businesses. So that is going to be the key, is creating the 2 different profiles for your business. So yes, the answer is yes. Whether you have to have 2 different emails, Google emails, I don't know. So just try it out. Okay. All right. So then you're going to come in here, and the next thing that you're going to do is make sure that your service areas are picked. Okay. So my service areas are as you see here. And what happens is when you click on my name, it should show up a map of the areas that I service. So when I go to, I should have kept that open. I'm sorry. I'm incognito, best Macomb County Realtor. I think it's down here. There is a map that shows up. And on the map, it will show my coverage areas. It's not showing up here and I forget where it shows up, but it will show your coverage areas in like a reddish hue. I just forget where that is. Okay. Go back here to this one. And then make sure your hours are in there. And then any special hours that you have for like holidays and things like that. And I don't know for sure if this makes a difference. I don't think it does because I've changed it and I haven't seen anything. But again, I can't say that for sure that this is going to change anything. But I have at my symbol, just like for Instagram and Facebook and anything, there's always an @ symbol and that's your name. Okay. Sheila Cahoon, best in Macomb. Okay. And then I have my website here, my Calendly link for any appointments, and then my services, what I provide for services are listed here. So you just want to make sure you go in and set this up. Okay, very, very important. Okay, any questions so far?
Can you just show the area where you have your websites and ads again?
Yes, it's all in info. So on the left-hand side here, you have home, post, info. You always want to come in to info to modify your areas, your business name, your services, and your website. All right.
Sheila, what did you use for your address as far as your home address, or did you?
I used my home address, but you'll notice on here there is no there's no address in here. So I think if you put just your service areas in there, you can do it. But if it's asking you for an address, just put your home address in there.
I would like to add that sometimes Google will verify your business.
Correct.
And they're going to send you a postcard with a code that you have to type in. And if you don't have an address where you can get the postcard, that none of this will show up. So that's why you have to pick an address where you do get mail and you can access it.
Yeah, that's what I ran into, but I did like a Safe Ship or UPS type store. And so I'm able to use that now.
Yep. So I did that. I had the Google send it to my address and everything was fine. But if you notice, my address doesn't show up here. There's no location for delivery. So I don't have an address, a physical address, right? Because my broker has to have the address. And then I thought I saw in the chat, there was a question in here. If you're a new agent, you can do, you can have top, but it doesn't matter, even if you're a new agent. I didn't do this when I was brand new, but you can, right? It's just a way to get ranked. And yeah, by no means am I the best, right? That's just I mean, if you ask my son or my husband, they might tell you I'm the best, but I mean, you know, that's about it. The one other thing that I really want to focus on for Google rankings is your reviews. So Google reviews are so very important for your SEO. So you need to make sure that I wouldn't worry about Zillow. I wouldn't worry about Realtor.com. I wouldn't worry about Facebook reviews. I wouldn't worry about any reviews other than Google, period. End of story. Nobody comes to my Facebook page and says, oh my, you got, a lot of reviews. No, they will say, oh, I found you on Google, and you know why? I looked at all your reviews and you're recommended. So, but if you're a new person, because I know that's going to be the next question, what if I'm new and I got nobody? What I did when I first started out in the real estate business is I just asked friends and family. I asked people that knew me to give me a review based on my character, on what I do to help people. What have I done to help my friends or my family in the past? Speak of my character and give me a review like that. And you can do that with anybody, and you can do it at any time. I have helped other agents out. I've helped my family out. I have helped people build websites. I've helped people move. Okay. It's just about you as a person and what you've been able to do to help other people. And that's what you should do in the beginning to get you the reviews. Any questions?
Yes, can you go through the process of how to get people to review you? Do you send them a link? Can you show us how you do that, please?
Yes. So I'll come back to the home page. And on your home page, you can do several things. You can come in here and create a post. You can add a photo. You can create an ad. But if you look down here on the right-hand side, sometimes I think it shows for different people, it'll show in different areas, but mine is on the right-hand side here. You're going to share your review form. Okay. You can come in here to do this. You can just simply grab the link. You can email it or Facebook. You can create a landing page or an email that has this link in here. You could put it in your signature line in your email. Okay. It's just a link, and with a link, you can share it anywhere. So just simply copy the link. Okay. It says link copied, but if you want to make sure, you right mouse click and click copy. And then you just go to an email, you go to Facebook.
Share the link with us, Sheila, so we could kind of go through the process.
Yeah, so I'm just going to show you here in an email. So here's my email. Hey, Jiri, please give me a review by clicking this link. And you can either put it in like that, or you can highlight the word link, come down here to this link, put in the URL, and there's the link. All right. I will put mine in the chat. Feel free to give me a review. But you can, once you go in there, you can see what the, when you send yours out, this is what the people on the other end will see. Okay.
Hey, Sheila,
Yes.
I ran into a problem recently, and I just wanted to let people know that it's important on Google My Business to be using a .com email. So I have a G Suite. So I have a Judy@judyburkehomes.com, and I see you have a .com. If you don't have a .com in there, I had several people try to review me when I just had a normal Gmail, and it didn't work. So the secret was switching over to a business.com email.
Yeah, probably a .ca is not going to work either. So I'm not sure about that, but that would make sense. Having a .com.
Yeah, what the real issue is you want an official business. You don't want to be doing this from your personal account. So you need to set up your Google My Business and whatever. I believe that if you have a .ca, it might work. I am not sure though. The key here is that you have to have a business.
Right. It is all about having a business. And usually when you have a business, you have a website. It's not just an email. So, so any questions about the review? Because that, like I said, that's super, 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 super important. It gets you higher rankings the more reviews that you have. Okay. The other thing that I wanted to say is make sure you come in here and create posts every once in a while. You can create posts in Google and it just gives you that Google presence. Yeah, not a lot of people are using the Google, but it gives you that Google presence. And when the person does find you on Google, like here's all my pictures. Okay. And then the final thing is do reviews, and I'd like Beth Ellen to speak of this. Do reviews on other businesses using your business. Does that make sense?
Yes, and Judy is here. She says she has to go, but Judy, could you talk about your experience with reviews before you go?
Perfect.
And then we hand it to Beth Ellen?
Yeah. Unmute. Judy?
Okay, we'll go to Beth Ellen. Beth Ellen, could you share with us, please?
All right, so that's going to maps, and we'll do a session on this either in this class. Well, if Jerome would like, I could do a session on this when we get to the next Google round. But you go to maps and you review a business. So it has to be a business. It can't be your house. But you just take a lot of pictures of the business, and then you write a review of it. And Las Vegas is a very small market. They're 2.5 million people in the whole state. And I already have 1.1 million. Judy lives in California, which is really busy and bigger. She has 2-something million. And another gentleman who took the content creators class where I taught this, who's also in California, he has over 3 million. And this is views of your pictures and your reviews. So the reason I like doing this is after I do the review, I let the business know, and then they go in and thank me, and Google loves that. And now I've actually got on a press list. Pink Box opened a 4th store here, and I got a text from the PR lady saying, we would like you as a Google guide to review all 4 of our pink boxes because you are a top guide. When can you come to one of our stores? And she called me. So I don't know what other social medium you can do where 1 million people can see and know you as the digital mayor of your town for time and no money. So I'm really sold on it, and it's fun. Everywhere I go now, I do a guide thing.
Yeah. I have seen so many emails come into my inbox from Google saying your picture's been viewed this many times, and so you have to think about all those people that are seeing that picture, right? And so when, just like us, we go down rabbit holes. Oh, this person recommended it. Oh, I'll click on her review. Oh, she's a real estate agent or something like that. So it's just a matter of, like Beth Ellen said, coming into Google. Coming into Google, going over to maps, or down to maps, I should say, clicking on maps, like I did there. Okay. And then writing a review. Okay. And then adding your photos in. Now, there's a little bit more to it, and Beth Ellen can go over it in her class about the naming conventions of the photos and things like that, because that actually helps. But it really is very simple, and it's very good for your SEO. Go ahead.
And I just wanted to add that I just got an email from Google. They tell you how many people read your reviews, but I just got a email saying that I have 14 followers. Who has followers on a maps? But I guess people think it's so fun to read my reviews that they're following me. I didn't even know that was a thing.
So I did see a couple of comments about reviews, bad reviews. You can delete them. I wanted to show you that. So in here, you can reply to your reviews and you can delete your reviews. Okay. So here's all mine. This is Teresa. She's in the senior. We have a senior group here at EXP. If you don't know that, go check it out. I helped her out with some graphics design. I asked her just simply give me a review and she did. So always just ask people for, this is another real estate agent I did a deal with. I said, hey, can you just give me a review? I'd really appreciate it. So don't hesitate on asking your mortgage person, your title person, your the other real estate agent. You know, it's all beneficial to your business. And just as you can get a review from them, you can give a review to them as well. So
How do you reply? I see you replied to them.
yeah, so when the reviews come in, there is a button, I think it says reply, and then this is where you can reply. Okay.
Hey, Sheila, when you were back reviewing another business, what type of photos are you putting in there?
Just JPEG. I think you can put PNG files in there. Let me go.
But of the business you're reviewing or what?
Yes, on the business that you're reviewing. So let me see. Let me go to one that I did. Vito's Bakery, which is this particular photo keeps getting a lot of reviews, a lot of views on it. Let me go to the reviews here. This is my review on Vito's Bakery. I didn't realize they had punchkis, and in Michigan, punchki is a big thing. So here's my review for them, and here's my pictures. Okay. My neighbor works at Vito's Bakery and she got them for me. So, but anyways, I did a review for them. I wanted to, because I thought they were incredible. The punchkis were fabulous. The cookies were incredible. And then the owner put a response in there, which as a business owner, you can go in and respond to those reviews as well, just like I did.
And after I'm done with writing a review, I go to my website and do a blog about it because it's 2/3 done. I have the pictures and I just write more. And now I have a blog, so it's a twofer.
Yes. Yes. So blogs are going to get you SEO, reviews are going to get you SEO. And then right off the bat is changing that keyword in your business name is going to get you SEO. So those are really the things that I do for my Google My Business to help me rank better. So if anybody has anything else to share or any questions, I don't have anything else from that point.
Sheila?
Yes, take photos everywhere. Take photos everywhere. A park, a dog park, a regular park, a restaurant, anywhere.
Anywhere and relevant things. Like, I wish Judy was here because she has she does these reviews for markets, and just make sure it's relevant. That's the key. Like, do a lot and make sure they're relevant.
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead, Levi.
Oh yeah, I had a testimonial and then a question. Thanks to you guys, when I started about a month ago, I went in and I created being the Google guide, and I put some pictures on things I like health food stores. And I got the other day, I've been doing it since, I got a picture I put on. It was I was shopping at Walmart and I saw the car they have for sale outside, or you can go on there and buy a car on their website. And I put it on as a Google guide, and I got 70,000 views on that, just that alone. It's just incredible. My question is, thanks to you guys, I really appreciate it. All those other Google guys, I scroll down all the other reviews. Is it a good idea to like their reviews also? The ones that I know that they've got some, they're ranking higher than I am or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
why not? Why not?
You got it. As much as you want to get the love, you got to give it too.
Absolutely.
And that's just not about Google either.
I have
Absolutely.
a question.
Yes, Miriam, about the dog.
Okay. Well, I just need a confirmation of something that I am very scared of, unfortunately. I started to be Google local guide way before I was a realtor. And I kept, after I got my license, doing reviews for anywhere I was going around. But on that particular, let's say, email address and Google Guide, maybe I'm already level 3 or something like that. I don't have as many as Beth, but I have a few. But I did 0 review for businesses under my Google My Business. Is there a way I can link both? Because I already have a little traction on the other Google Guide.
Talk
And
to Google.
Yeah.
They'll tell you. Just
okay.
it's probably not like an official way to merge them, but maybe if you talk to them, they can mix it on the back end to verify who you were. So I would try to find out a way to get in touch with them, and they'll tell you whether you can or you can't.
I have that same problem, Miriam. I rock on my personal email. I do nothing on my Google My Business email.
And even if we feel like all of that stuff is thrown away, what's that quote about when it's the next time the best time to plant a tree is like 20 years ago or something like that. Then the next best time is now. So I would start now, ASAP.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was the question. Do I have to redo everything or and just forget about whatever I did before?
In the meantime, I would just start doing it on your My Business, but in the meantime, also be checking on the old one. Yeah, I would honestly, if you guys are not on Google, you are missing the boat. I'm sorry, but you are. It's where everybody goes to find something. They're going to Google it. It's just even, and I was talking to Debbie in the seniors class. I was talking to the group there. Like, it is no joke. If people are seniors, they will Google before they, because it's so easy. Okay. So get on Google all day long.
Could I make a comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Just to sort of reply to the previous question about combining the Google accounts. When I was in another training, I learned in there that they recommend that you never do that, because then if something happens with the one account that you've combined everything into, then you're really stuck. I mean, you're really gonna have to start over.
Okay, I mean, different people are going to have different suggestions. You have to make an executive decision. I don't really see like what the harm is in like merging them, but you might be right. Maybe there is some harm in it. Like maybe somebody's going to do something cricket. Honestly, like the bottom line, if you don't do anything cricket on using these tools, you don't have much to worry about.
And I also think it's a business decision. I want to be the person. So I do everything with my name. I want people to find me by my name. My name to me is, at this stage, 41 years in, is my keyword. So I don't want the Google My Business for my other business, my real estate business, to combine those, because I want to do my residential and investment stuff with my name. So that's a business decision that only you can make.
Yeah, and that's part of branding. And Beth Ellen and Sheila have different brands. Sheila's brand is her being the top agent, and Beth Ellen's brand is her name in this instance. So I agree. I understand.
You have to pick what's right for you, and only you can decide that, because both are correct.
Correct. Yep. And then I think Ray had asked a question about posts. I put posts. These are my posts. I do a sold post. I don't post often in here, and I should be posting more often in here. This should be my place that I go to. So a big one question that always gets asked is, what are the social media platforms that you use, or which ones are the best ones you use? You should only be using 1 or 2 social media platforms and use them well. Don't sit here and try and do Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and Google and YouTube, because you're going to kill yourself. You're going to just burn out. Okay. So pick the 2. Any new agents that come in here, you just want business, right? And so you feel like you got to do everything. You got to throw it against the wall and see if it sticks. Just pick the platforms that you utilize the most, that you know about. Okay. And the last thing that I'm going to say to that is, think about when you're thinking about the platforms, think about your niche that you're trying to work with. Are they first-time home buyers? If they're first-time home buyers, generally they're going to be in a certain age range. If they're in a certain age range, what platform are those people utilizing? First-time home buyers are generally using Instagram, TikTok, right? Those are your people. They're not usually Facebook people. Seniors are mostly like on Facebook and some YouTube. There may be some that are on Instagram. I would say the majority of the people that are seniors are on Facebook. Okay. Or they like something in their hand. So they like mail. Okay. So you have to think about that when you're thinking about social media, or you're thinking about how to connect with your niche. Okay. But going back to Google, post on Google, reviews on Google, your name on Google. Those are your big things that people are going to find you on Google. And YouTube and Google work together. So if you're going to be creating content on YouTube, when you go to promote it, there's a link on YouTube to promote it and do a Google ad. So they work together and it's very easy to use. My places that I post are Google and YouTube and Facebook. Any questions?
I have a question. So how do we go back and say, okay, I did your deal 10 years ago, but I need a review today because there's this new platform.
Can you repeat? You were going in and out. Repeat it.
So how would you go back and get a review from a previous customer from 10 years ago? That's, now we need to do a review here instead of Zillow where we were.
Send them a link. So I would send them an email. If you want my honest opinion, I would do the following. If you don't have BombBomb, do a screen share video, or even a video using your phone. Say, hey, I know it's been a long time. I'm so sorry I haven't connected with you sooner, but do you remember when I sold you that home back in the day, blah, blah, blah. I really would appreciate a review on that sale. Could you do that for me? And send them a link. Hey, there's a link below. And if you do it in a video, it's personal, and I think it would get a better open rate, and they would actually probably do it versus just sending a very, word email. Video is always going to be more personal, so send it in a video. And know that you can do that using YouTube or using BombBomb.
And the second question I have is, I see a lot of realtors that have Sheila then EXP instead of EXP then Sheila in your name. What's the difference in ranking?
I don't know. This one, I don't know. I think just the keywords that are in there is what it's looking for.
Yeah, it's negligible. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
As long as you have them in there, it's not that important.
I switched it up because Jerome and I talked about this. God, this was a couple months ago. And I switched it up and I put Sheila in the front, and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It's still ranked the same. So I just kept it this way because that's Google does the reviews. So I don't like messing with my title. I like it to be the same always, especially if I'm getting found. So I don't want to mess with it. Any
Bomb
other
bomb.
questions?
I have a quick question for you guys.
Yeah.
Earlier, you mentioned that sometimes Google may not allow me to set this up unless I give a physical address. And I just moved to Dallas and I only have my home address right now. I do have a business address, but it's kind of far away and we don't go in because of COVID. But wanted to know if that's going to be public because of, privacy and safety issues.
No, I don't believe that it's public. You don't see mine on there, but I think if I go to businesses, if I go to my businesses, do I have mine in here? It will show up. I'm sorry. It will show up. It will show up that your business, if you put your address in there, it will show up as that location. So
Yeah,
yes.
there are, when you're a
Yeah.
business, we're talking about business again. When you're a business, you need to have a place where people can send you mail and come see you and stuff like that. So that's the business address. And then within Google, there's also a servicing area, which can be the address as well. So you have to distinguish. This is, again, we're business owners, so we have to make decisions all the time. So we have to decide, like, what's our business address and what's our address where we are going to what's our service, what's our servicing area, servicing address, and what's our business address. Those are two different things.
Okay.
And Google will verify you by sending it to your home address. Okay, so to an address, but I verified it, but I didn't need to put the address in here. Okay, it's just my service area. Yeah, I was too, Raymond. I was verified without an address. So I think they changed it up because of COVID, because so many people are working from home, right? So I think they changed it up because before it actually, I think you had to have your address in there. But anyways.
So I registered my short-term rental business now that I have multiple properties in Aspen, and I had to verify it. Well, in Aspen, everybody has a PO box, and I wasn't going to be there in time, so I put my Las Vegas address to verify it, and then changed this. It just had the service areas in Colorado. So this was 2 days ago. So they did make me verify.
Oh, the actual address.
They made me verify my business, and I had to have somewhere where I could get the mail. It didn't matter that my business was in Aspen and I'm in Las Vegas. I just had to get the mail to put in the code, and this was this week.
I got you.
Yeah, if you are in business, people have to know where you are. So if you have like concerns about privacy, don't use that address. Don't run your business from that address. But if you're a business, you can't be a private business. Like, people don't know about you. So
right.
I do have an address. I do have my EXP office address here in Addison, but we're not getting mail there. Pretty much everything is online.
The only, and this is from personal experience, the only thing about the EXP address is when you say you're a business, it's kind of like you're claiming to be exactly EXP, not Michelle EXP. So there are some where you have to like tweak and say, and you have to let Google know that I am a business, as I am an entity of the EXP business, not the entire EXP business, or you can run into some trouble, which is what I did. I said that I was EXP, and it's like giving me a lot of trouble because they think that I was trying to say that I owned EXP, and I wasn't, like, my own business within EXP. So it gets complicated.
Okay, so one other thing before we have to go for the day that I wanted to tell you about is Google Screened. So I got into Google Screened. I heard about it from other people, and so I'm like, oh, let me check this out. And so what it is it's Google's way of saying of promoting agents, and you do have to pay for it. It is a cost, and I think I pay $80 a month for this. And what they say that you can get up, I think they give you the amount of leads by the amount of money that you pay. I have only been doing this for, I think it's been 2 weeks. I got one person through my email, but I haven't gotten anybody. So I will keep you posted on if this is going to work, this Google Screened. Because if I'm going to be paying money every month and I'm not getting anybody, well, I'm not going to give Google my money. But anyways, they say based on the amount of money you pay, these are the number of leads that you're going to get from Google. And then, so then basically what happens is you show up at the top here. So if you notice here, I'm up at the top, and then they can click on this, and then they'll be directed to my my Google presence, my Google My Business.
So Google is a business, and even if you don't get that many leads, you're still getting Google juice because you paid money to them and they like that. Same with Facebook. If you do ads, your algorithm is better.
So where did you go to get Google Screened?
So let me see if I can pull that link up. And when you get Google Screened, and where am I going to go look for Google Screened at? Oh, Google. To get Google Screened, there's a part in there about insurance. You need to go and get your E&O insurance from your broker and put that PDF file in there. Now, I had a bunch of trouble on mine. I went back and forth with the guy from Google, and he didn't like what I had sent him. And he wanted, like, he said, oh, this is a scan copy. I need a raw image. And I'm like, we have a virtual brokerage. I don't have an original. So, you know, they worked with me in getting my Google Screen done. So just know that, I'm going to come here and copy this. Just know that don't stop pushing. And it's the same thing. If you lose, if you get your Google My Business suspended for whatever reason, just stick with it. Go contact them, work with them, and trying to get it unstuck. If you are having issues, you can always message me on Workplace Chat. I'm happy to help people. I've worked in technology for 30 years. I know what I'm talking about. And if I don't, I'll research it until I figure it out. But I just put the link in there. And it's not just real estate agents, you know, it's all these different businesses. Okay. So go in there and work on getting yourself Google Screened and start getting them leads. So that's the only part that's the pay part, is that, along with Google Ads, if you ever decide to do Google Ads.
So that was my next question. Do you do Google Ads through this, or do you do it through the regular analytics side?
So I do my, usually when I do an ad, it's one of my videos. So what I'll do is I'll come into my YouTube. I'll come into my YouTube after I've done a video. Okay, so like this one, I promoted it. And so what I do is I come into my videos. And then right from here, I can click promote. And then when I do that, it takes me right to Google and I start setting up my ad right from there.
That's awesome.
If you're not using BombBomb or you don't want to pay for BombBomb, you guys can use YouTube to send people your videos. Okay, to send people a video, a one-off video, one-on-one. All you have to do is do the video on your phone or on your computer, and then upload it here and make it unlisted, and then send them the link. So I just wanted to add that little tidbit in there for you if you didn't want to use BombBomb. Any other questions about Google My Business?
I have a question, Sheila.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I started my Google ad account like a month ago, and then I just hopped into this room kind of late, but then I saw, my campaign name is what people see, because I put keywords on the campaign name. It was like best real estate agency, Houston, Texas. Then I went back to my campaign, and then I'm seeing that like that's all that says. I should definitely change it to my name and all that.
No,
for
what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
are
not
you?
sure.
so like on my Google Ads.
Like this
Uh,
here?
Google Ads and Google My Business are different.
Correct.
So
oh
yeah,
shit.
they're
Yeah.
different.
This is just my ad accounts. When you're doing an actual ad, like I only do ads for my video, so it'll show my video name, my channel name, but I don't know about campaigns on Google.
Okay, yeah, I did start a Google My Business deal. I just hadn't followed up
Yeah,
with it.
Google Ads is just like a different animal than Google My Business,
Yeah.
and they're both relevant and they both require different skills and strategies. Google
Right.
Ads requires like real skills and input and tweaking. Um, and like based on like what you were saying, like when you mentioned the keyword, Google is not my specialty. However, I do know some fundamentals, like your keyword, realtor and real estate and all that is going to be the most effective, not your name.
Right. Okay, because I just saw like I had over 9,000 impressions and 342 clicks, but that's something different. So, okay, well, I'll just go and Google My Business and check it out to see. Because I haven't touched it since I started it. Yeah, so when I started it, that was another question. It asked me to get a letter sent to my address. And the
Yeah, you
address,
must be late because we talked about that. Like,
yeah, I'm really late, man.
yeah.
Was that
What
today
was
or was that like,
that was today? What was the what are you asking about the address? We actually so the good thing, like we moved over to Zoom, thankfully, so it could be a little bit easier. And Sheila is recording this, and what she is going to do is she's going to upload it to her YouTube software skills for agents YouTube, and you can rewatch. So since you were late,
yeah, that's fine for time purposes.
yeah.
Thanks.
So
And
thankfully you recorded
I will
this one.
try and work on, I'll set the timing. So if you look in the description, you can look at the chapters, and if you click on the timing, it'll take you right to the spot. So,
Okay, thank you.
yep.
I have a question, Sheila.
Yes.
If I have a blog post that I want to share on my Google My Business page, do I just share the link, or how do I share that on my Google My Business page?
I would create an image for it, and then I would create a link to it, or do a quick video and then have a link to your blog.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Video, 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 video. Always video, 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 video.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Yes, Sheila. I've been following you on the your Google, your best realtor, and I noticed you post, and there are different types of posts. There's offers, and then there's what's new, and I can't figure the events, and then there's products. So I niche down on rent to own. That's kind of my niche, and so I put. So what do you think is, I don't know. When I'm looking, I did incognito, and I looked at myself on mine, and it looks like products came up products came up the top, and then below, then you have to scroll down to see offers and what. I mean, do any of them make a better presentation, or are they either of them? Does it matter either of them you choose, or?
I don't think it matters. I don't know for sure. I can't give you the guarantee of that.
What's your objective, Levi?
Well, I'm trying to get as much SEO as possible, right? So I'm doing offers, posting, what's new, facts like things about rent to own, and I'm doing all three of them. But I'm just trying to figure out which one I may put more energy in.
I would, I think I know where you're trying to go. I would focus. So like Sheila, she's doing Best McComb. That's her keyword. Like we know that's Sheila's thing. So I would find your thing. Maybe your thing is rent to own and whatever your market is. And I would focus a lot of content around that specific keyword and begin to dominate that keyword. And I would build all of my content around that specific thing. Make sure it's relevant. You don't want to put a dog about rent to own if it's not relevant, but dominate that specific keyword. And there is a I'll share like a link on how to like come up. I think we did this before in class, but like the content hack, I'll share a link that I did for YouTube so you can find out how to just build yourself a library and just build all of the content that you need to build around that specific keyword.
Thanks, Jerome. That helps a lot.
You're
Thanks.
welcome.
And Sheila, yeah, I thank you for putting up yours because it helps me see what to post, and it's a good example. Kind of.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I'm serious. Like if you can, I think if I were to post more, I'd probably get more traction. But Raymond was saying, you know, he had changed his title and he noticed, I think he said it was an increase in insights. But I'm telling you guys, the reviews are a big thing on the SEO. When I was working with an SEO company, that was something that every time I got a review, my SEO went up. So I haven't worked with that company in quite a while, but and I wasn't working with them when I got the calls. That was simply after I changed the title. But again, the reviews is crucial. That and then the naming. So all right.
Oh, I have a quick question. I'm sorry. Can you schedule these posts like you can on Facebook or Instagram? Because I get yay for one day and then I go squirrel. And so, you know, you better catch me while I'm hot and I can do a whole bunch of posts.
No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I'm looking on here and it doesn't look like there's a scheduling post or anything like that. So unfortunately not. So, and if you are going to schedule a post, just be careful of scheduling posts from a different software. Okay, because it will, you know, like you can schedule a post from Canva, which is great, but then it says Canva in the link in that post. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I've found that, or I know in the past, Facebook has frowned upon having third-party posting in there. So they start ranking them lower and things like that. So yeah, I organically put it in now.
Exactly. Anybody else have any other questions?
I do, Sheila.
Yeah.
So I got my Google My Business up and running, and I have seen since you did recommend, you know, putting the best local person, and I was laughing as I was typing that. So
we are the best. We are the best. To somebody, we are the best.
That's right. That's right. But I have a question. So I've got this going and I am doing some posting. It creates what I would call a generic website. It's kind of boring. You know, can I substitute like the EXP website instead of that generic Google website?
You should be putting your
yeah, because it looks like that, but it's I mean, I've got that, but
so
it's
if I were to go to my page, okay, so when I bring up when I go here and I go to my page, okay, and it has my website here, it takes them to my website. It's not linked. That Google.
Hi, this is Sheila Cahoon.
That Google website is if somebody wanted it, it doesn't.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I got to double check that to make sure it's actually going to the EXP website, not to that generic looking thing.
Correct. Just make sure. And most likely, if you put that, if you go into info and you come down here, and you put your website in, like right here.
Yeah.
If you put your website in, it's going to go to that location because that's the link. This is just if you needed a website. That's all.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila.
Yeah, no problem. I'm just going to do a quick, I hope you don't mind, Jerome. So somebody said, is this your first time with you? Is this a regular Zoom? I do a regular Zoom on Monday. It's called Software Skills for Agents. There's a group in Workplace that is called Software Skills for Agents. We do anything from Canva to KV Core to YouTube. This Monday, I'm going to be going over, because I helped another agent recently with her newsletter. We're going to go over KV Core newsletter, how to create a newsletter so that you can do like a once a week newsletter. So that'll be Monday. Software Skills for Agents. The only place that I put a link is in that group. So make sure you just go in and request to join that group. I'll put it in the chat here.
I have to say something that what Sheila said. I posted my newsletter this morning and I already have 15 people looking at it. I saw that they opened it. So it works.
It works. It works.
Where did you boost it, Miriam? On like Facebook?
Boost? No. Newsletter.
Put it in an email.
Oh, okay.
She put it in an email. So a newsletter from KV Core, you just put it in an email. So you blast it out to your CRM.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I actually put mine on my Google My Business page too. I think I did that.
Perfect.
Too. So.
Perfect. You could link. Yes, Miriam, you can link right to it. Yes. She had an epiphany right there.
Woohoo!
Thanks. Thank you, Jerome, for allowing me to teach everyone today about Google My Business.
Sheila, you did amazing. I really appreciate you, and I'm excited that we were able to record this one. We are going to end. Everybody knows we have this class 2 p.m. Eastern time every week. What we're going to try to do is to add more value is maybe we're going to try to record some of these things. This is not an official EXP thing, so we have to walk on walk on eggshells when doing this. So be mindful of that. We're not going to be able to do it all of the time, but I'm just trying to find a way to provide value so we can better, serve you as clients. Next is, so our next class, we're going to do video editing, I believe. And we got Miriam, the pretty Miriam there. She has been helping me set these things up. So it's becoming more valuable with her assistance. And we're bringing in Trevor Jones. He is a video editor and he's amazing on YouTube. So next week, we're hoping to have him in, and it's going to be it's going to be in either EXP World or the Zoom, same time on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So I appreciate everybody, especially you, Sheila, Miriam, Bethelen. Thank you so much. And I will see you all next week.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good afternoon.